Paytel Productions presents 1 hour of head-on's greatest hits, golden gems like these.
It's not heroin, it's more precious than heroin.
Then what is it, man?
It's gasoline, man. We gotcha.
Gee, Wonder Man, it's the Wonderphone.
Where were you when Linda Lovelace said this?
The man I marry has to have a 9-inch.
Golden memories like these.
Come here, take a hit.
Oh, tastes like Bigfoot do too.
Oh, not at all. Pat wouldn't get up this morning, and I must do the laundry.
Do you remember this? Paytel's head-on greatest hits coming up next on a station near me.
Head on with Chris Van Dyke.
Hi, I'm Chris Van Dyke, and tonight we're going to be doing something completely bizarre and a whole lot of fun. We're going to meet the program Head On. And my guest is someone you've heard numerous times if you listen to Head On, and here's what he sounds like.
Head on with Chris Van Dyke.
Recognize that voice? That actually is the voice of Rick Miller, who works here at KGW in Portland. Rick, welcome to the show.
It's nice to be here. I feel really at home.
You've only been with it for about 7 months.
Yeah, that's right. When did we start the program? What was the whole idea behind that?
It must have been back in September of '73. And the whole idea, I think, I came to you and said, let's do something a bit different on the radio in public affairs. And that's what we started out to do, and I think we've done. We wanted to do a radio program that hit issues that are important to people and yet entertaining. And I think we did that basically by presenting a different kind of show. Maybe you can explain what a bit is and what our whole philosophy of Head On is.
Well, the bits are kind of what make you, Head On unique. And they're comedy skits, I guess, that are intermingled in the head-on programs that you hear off and on. And what they do, they give the program a little more spice, I guess. It makes the interview, in a half-hour interview, a little bit easier to listen to when you've got these humorous or sometimes very serious kind of skits intermingled in the program. And that's, I guess the only way we could explain a bit would be to start playing them. Later on in this particular program, right, Chris? That's what we're going to be doing, is playing some of the best bits, quote unquote, that we've had.
You know, there's one thing just to present a radio show with 30 minutes of straight interview, and it's 12 o'clock at night, and you're getting tired, right? It gets very boring. But we figured if we throw some spice into it and play some nice music behind it, it might keep you awake, and you might even want to call your friends up to listen to Head On. And I think it's working out that way. Rick, could you explain what you do here? Because you are a very vital part of Head On. It's a 50-50 proposition, I think.
Yeah, indeed. Well, first of all, why don't you explain what you do? You arrange the interviews, right?
Yeah. I'm a newsman, my full-time job, so I'm very much aware of current affairs. So I simply, if I find a guest who sounds interesting, I'll call around anywhere in the country. Our phone budget is virtually unlimited, and we'll line up guests and sit down, and I do the interviewing itself and write a lot of the skits, and then your brain kicks over and starts making mine work, and we just are a good team, I think.
A good team indeed. My job pretty much consists of, at the beginning, I'm the one that tapes the interview. I sit behind the control board and turn the dials and control the volume of Chris and his interviewee. I guess that's what they're called. And then what we both do is, after it's been put on tape, it can be like a 50-minute interview, however long it runs. We really don't have a particular time length. But we take that interview, we both listen to it back, and there's a radio term called editing, which simply means that we cut out, and we physically cut the tape, cut out the portions of the interview that we don't like, or don't think that you, the listener, would be interested in.
You don't want to hear me cough and make goofs.
Right? Plus, you don't want to hear somebody ramble on and maybe repeat something that they've already talked about. So we both listen to that and decide what has to come out. And we can take a 50-minute interview and cut it up to really end up being 22 minutes long. And cut out all this extra, extraneous material that's in the interview. And then, were you going to say something?
No, go ahead.
After that, we listen to the program again, and figure out if there are any places we can put bits in, you know. When we listen to the program, we can pretty much, that's when we start brainstorming about, hey, it'd really be funny if we did a thing about, you know, his history at this point or something like that. And then we produce these little bits that go in the program that make it interesting.
They're skits, actually.
Yeah, skits.
And I think the people should know that, you know, some of these skits, a 2-minute skit is taking us up to an hour and a half to do.
Indeed.
I can, you know, flash back to a couple of head-on programs we've done that have actually taken us 3 days. 3 days of sitting in KGW until 3 in the morning to put together.
But I don't think we've never had so much fun in our lives.
Oh, it's just a gas.
Some of our best times were producing that. After we've got the bits produced, then goes the actual production of the show, which is also my job. And that's taking these bits and figuring out where they go in, and mixing music underneath the interview. Normally the interview has a low-key type of moody music underneath. And mixing the show together to the final product will be the head-on program that you hear on the air.
One of the nice things I think about Head On is it's a pretty free program. It airs late at night, and we can get by with a lot of things that you couldn't get by with during drive time or in the morning, or, you know, when there's a lot of people awake and little kids listening. That really brings us to our first point of the show tonight. Censoring. You know, how far can you go? And our first encounter with censoring was with Miss Linda Lovelace, who was the pornographic star of the movie
Deep Throat.
Right. Which is a story all about a young lady who performs oral sex on quite a few gentlemen. We interviewed Linda in Los Angeles, and we came into one segment where we taped a soundtrack of the movie itself. One of the first times Deep Throat itself, the movie, was aired on radio.
Aired on radio.
And we came to this one point, which you're going to hear right now, where we didn't know how far we can go, so what did we do?
We played it safe.
I'm raping you. If you don't do everything I say, I'm going to shoot you.
Okay, Miss Marvel. Anything you say. You know I'd do anything for you.
Would you really? You're not just saying that?
No, I mean it, really. You've got me all tingly inside.
I love you, Linda. Marry me. I'll make you happy. Please.
Oh, Wilbur, I like you, but I can't marry you.
Why can't you marry me? Don't you believe I love you?
It's not just that. I believe you. It's just, well, the man I marry has to have a 9-inch.
Okay, you see, she didn't say it, but you thought she was, and we proved our point just by blocking out that little word kind of pleasantly with music. Rick, you did that.
Precisely. Worked out real well. That was kind of interesting. Our next program... with
DDT.
That's right, and Rita Beatty, the author of the DDT myth.
Right.
She's very pro-DDT, wasn't she?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Kind of interesting about the bit that we're going to play next for you. The whole idea of putting bits in the program to splice it up kind of was born. It didn't all of a sudden come upon us, right? We decided that we'd take the comedy albums, you know, Cheech and Chong, a lot of comedy albums like this, and take cuts from that albums, or albums like this that pertain to the program, and put those in, rather than making the bits ourselves here, which happened later on. We started producing the bits ourselves right here at the studio. But the one we're going to play next is kind of unique, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, because we did it all by our only selves, lonesome selves. We went in, and this is really the first bit that we actually wrote, the first skit. We started being very creative and used our own voices and our own talent, and here's what happened.
We originally didn't use our own voices, too, which was interesting. We pulled in 2 of the disc jockeys here at the station to do it, and this is it.
Hey, man, come here a minute.
What you want, man?
Come here and try this far-out cigarette, man.
Ah, man, you got some good stuff, huh?
It's dynamite, man. It's so good, them dudes in Washington have made it illegal.
Far out.
Come here, take it here.
Wow, that's dynamite, man. What is that?
I think they call it DDT.
Far out. What's it do to you?
You know them little bugs that bite you all the time?
Yeah.
You know those little bugs that make you itch?
Yeah, man, itch. Right on, right on.
Well, believe me, man, after smoking this DDT stuff, they won't come near you.
Far out.
Okay, that's for that program.
I think we should tell who that is.
Okay, 2 disc jockeys here at KGW.
Joe Cooper and Gary Lockwood disguising their voices. And then our next bit in that show was again another disc jockey, Phil Harbour, who came in and did a bit for us like this.
Hello, I'm a tussock moth, and national forests are my dish.
Let me make it clear. My forest-eating days are pretty much over. Leave the trees to the little ones. That's what I always say. There ain't nothing sweeter in creation than to see a couple of them cute little larvae chewing on a lonesome pine. Keeps the pines from being so lonesome. Big bunches of us only get together every 18 or 20 years, and usually you guys kind of hold us back with DDT. But this year, we gotcha. You're using some namby-pamby chemicals, and we're using 400,000 acres of Oregon forest for a lunch counter. Well, thanks to you. And we'll be back sometime before 1993, and if you can't get it together by then, we just might be able to wipe out another billion board feet or so.
All right, well, that was from the program with Rita Beatty that we did here at Head On. The next bit, is from another program that we did with Phoebe Friedman. Now, was, if I'm not mistaken, Chris, one of the 3 members of the U.S. delegation from the Women's Strike for Peace that visited North Vietnam. Which part of North Vietnam did she visit? That was a
Hanoi or a couple of the places.
Yeah, that was it. Hanoi was one. But this particular bit is kind of unique because it isn't funny. At the time, both Chris and myself were really very serious about the program because it was a serious-orientated program. She'd visited Hanoi after the bombing and saw the results. But it's kind of interesting how we incorporated this bit. Now, what we're just going to do, I'll just play that particular bit out of that program. The voice you're going to hear is of Phoebe Friedman, talking about how she felt just before she left.
I feel that the people I left after spending 12 days with some of them, seeing them every single day, I said in North Vietnam, and I really meant it, I mean it still, that I feel as if I've acquired a new family and I'll miss them.
That's how we ended the program. Kind of a closing note to let the people kind of think about what they heard. And
it was meant for impact, and I think it had it.
Yeah, that was an interesting program.
As we moved on and Head On, we began to develop our creativity and do our own bits. I used a lot of my voices, and Rick would use some of the voices, and we'd have some people come in and help us, friends of ours, do some of the voices. One of our really neat guests was a gal by the name of Tenny Hale, who claims to be a psychic. And Tenny was doing some predicting for us one evening, and this is the kind of skit we wrote about that.
The Civil War that starts, that I've been referring to, will be between the lower middle class and the upper lower class, but that it will be triggered off by such groups as the blacks and the Chicanos and women's liberation groups will be the triggering mechanisms, but they aren't the ones going to fight this war.
Going to be strictly an American Civil War?
Yep.
Lieutenant Calhoun, Pentagon Control for Division 503, 15th Infantry, 28th Brigade, secret code number 125346. Know that Arlo Armored Junction is too secret to divulge. May I help you, sir? Yes, sir. Everything going very fine. 0 hour approaching in 24 hours from now, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to ship those arms and ammunitions off tonight, sir. Okay, that's 3,000 M1 rifles to the Los Angeles area, 10,000 rounds of ammunition to the L.A. Watts area, sir. 75 cases of mortar to Chicago area, sir. 500 mace bombs to the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area, sir. 1,000 Tommy guns complete with greenie stickum caps, sir. That goes to, let's see, I can't see it, sir. Hold on, sir, red tape here. Okay, sir, that goes more to the Memphis, Tennessee area, sir. Yes, sir, and the Johnny Zapper Snub-Nose 38s goes to St. Petersburg, Florida for the old folks, sir. Well, sir, we have Jane Bonda going to D.C. for a rally there, sir. Yes, sir, Eldridge Zeever, I think. Yeah, Eldridge Zeever to the Harlem area, sir. Yes, sir, Gloria Stinkham to Manhattan, sir. Yes, sir, glad to help you, sir. We're going to do it. Bye-bye, sir.
That was Chris Van Dyke, believe it or not. The voice in that. Through engineering techniques, I was able to speed up his voice just enough so people wouldn't recognize that it was Chris, right? I don't think you
That was fun to do, too.
That was a fun one. We did another one on that particular program with Tenny Hale, the psychic. That was on she forecasted that
someday, very soon in fact, that there would be complete government censorship of the media, the newspapers, radio, and television. So we thought we'd dramatize that by showing a newscast of the future.
Radio and TV is all we're going to have.
Well, it would stay free of government control?
No.
From the wires of the U.S. government press, this is Rodney Dangleberry, KRUD, Constant Information News. News flash from our glorious national capital. The president today announced that unemployment is down for the first time in 50 years. Government officials will not release the new figures, but of course we will take their word for the fact that more people are working than ever. Dateline, Chicago, in the Windy City, 10,000 radical hippie pinko-type freaks, complete with long hair and smelly armpits, attacked city police today while conducting one of their so-called perversive rallies for freedom of speech. Unfortunately, all of our correspondents' tape machines have been misplaced, so we can't bring you their comments at this hour. In other late-breaking news, one U.S. senator whose name we cannot divulge due to Government National Security Act FH 234 is called for the impeachment of our glorious, respected, and trusted president. Correspondent Ralph Franz reports from the Senate floor.
This is Special RF-21 governmental computer from Computer Control. This report not suitable for public broadcast due to questionable content. Repeat, do not air this material or you will immediately be forced to shut down on-air operation.
In other developments, Central Control today released...
I'm glad you did.
That was an interesting bit that we did there. That was Chris Van Dyke both times. He was the computer and the newsman. The newsman kind of sounded like you, but the computer...
come on.
Computer didn't at all.
Don't tempt me to the quick there.
Yeah, through the magic of radio and equalization and a lot of other things, you can change anybody's voice into, well, just about anything.
Mm-hmm. And our guests started to continue to get really strange and fun and kind of far out, the kind of guests you usually don't find. And really perfectly fit for midnight.
Right.
Our next, one of our next shows was on Bigfoot, the gigantic creature that many people say they've seen and seen their footprints.
Roams.
And so we called up a gentleman, gee, do you have his name, Rick? I even forget now. Who has been searching for Bigfoot and the Sasquatch, the abominable...
Peter Byrne.
Yeah, Peter Byrne, in the Dalles, Oregon. And we did an interview with him and did some bits about that. We called in, once again, Phil Harper of KGW to do the Bigfoot bits. You ever try to do a funny skit about a Bigfoot? What can you do about it? Well, old Phil did it, and here's what they sounded like.
It's time now for Nature Lover's Microphone. Nature Lover's Microphone takes you today to a remote, wooded hillside somewhere in the high Cascades, with an exclusive, intimate audio encounter with a male and female Sasquatch.
Well, are you ready, honey? How's that, honey?
Feels good. Now let's put the other shoe on.
Okay. Are you ready, honey?
Okay.
That was one of the bits out of the Bigfoot interview. Two Sasquatches putting their shoes on. Here's another.
Now listen, those Bigfoots have a big problem. I know a Sasquatch who spent his entire guaranteed annual income on foot guard. Spraying foot guard all over. And those lady feet, or Bigfoots, or Bigfootesses, or I don't know. What do you call a lady Bigfoot? Sir, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And ugly. Listen, they are so ugly. Listen, you don't know what ugly is until you've shaken hands with a lady Sasquatch. The most beautiful female in that crowd would make Ernest Borgnine look like Raquel Welch.
Yes, sir.
Hey, okay, now listen. What do you get? What do you get when you cut a Sasquatch's bra in half? A low-impact football helmet. And they smell bad. Listen, I don't know if you've ever camped out.
That was amazing. To be funny over Bigfoot, he sure did it. And all that was done in the studio here. That's the amazing part of it, too.
Yeah, through production.
That's
another radio word.
Sound effects for the audience.
Mm-hmm. All done with sound effect records.
I'm having fun.
This sort of thing. I am, too. The next one is even more interesting. That also on the Bigfoot program, this is another bit, that was voiced by Phil Jackson. Now, he's another employee here at the station, where we produce the program, that we kind of pulled into the studio to do something. We said we needed something else funny about Bigfoot. And this is what he did.
Hey, man, look over there. What is that? Oh, looks like Bigfoot do. Oh, pick it up. Huh? Pick it up. Oh, I think it's Bigfoot do. Smell it. Huh? Smell. Oh, smell like Bigfoot do, too. Hey, better taste it. Huh? Taste. Oh, tastes like Bigfoot do, too. Put it down. Huh? Put it down. Good thing we don't step in it, huh? Yeah, good thing. Let's go eat.
Did we really put that on the air?
Good thing the program's aired late at night. That indeed added a little bit of spice to the program with, I forgot his name already, Peter Byrne.
Right.
He spends his time tracking Bigfoot. Interesting thing about the person that voiced that particular bit there, Phil Jackson, you'll be hearing a lot more of him on Head-On's Greatest Hits when we play some more bits from other programs. We discovered talent in him that we decided to use further, and
let's not tell him yet.
Okay, they'll just have to wait and listen before he popped up next.
As our series of Head-On programs continues, we went from Bigfoot Do to a three-part series on relationships. We started off with one on the dating game, really. Mm-hmm. Our guest was Father C.T. Abbott from the William Temple House, and that's the next voice you'll hear, and the next voice after that is who?
Chris Van Dyke. And a mystery guest. And the mystery, who would that be?
Jerry Collins.
Right.
Maybe some of your listeners might even go to a concert or go to the art museum in a larger area and meet people who have similar interests there as well.
Hey, bring us another round, bartender.
God, I'll tell you, Jerry, there sure are a lot of women in here.
Hey, look at that one over there, Rick.
Hey, look at them legs.
Oh, red hair. Oh, she's a fiery one.
I gotta get myself home tonight, I tell you. Wife's out of town, you know.
You see? Yeah. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go over there and talk to that woman.
Are you?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look how tight that dress is.
I know.
Hey, I bet she does
that
trick.
Sweater is tight, isn't it?
Hey, man.
Hey, she's starting to turn this way.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna get my clip. I'm gonna get my hair straight.
Hey, Rick. Hey, it's your wife, Rick.
What the hell is she doing here? Doesn't she know she's married?
Obviously, that's like when we were talking about cheating on your wife and things like that, meeting women in bars. As the show progressed, we talked about the large trend of people living together who aren't married, and Jerry and I did this one.
Well, how the hell are you, Jerry? God darn it.
Pretty good. What are you up to?
Oh, not much. Just about the same old stuff, you know. Just kind of trucking along with the chick I'm living with. And,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, job's going well. And
You living with her? How long?
Oh, let's see. Brenda and I have been together now about 4 months.
Gee, that's good.
Oh, hey, let me tell you, she is just such a woman. She's loyal, she's devoted, she has no other interest in men. beautiful bod, great cook. You couldn't ask for more, man. Just couldn't ask for more.
Oh, wow. That sounds so good.
I'll tell you, Jerry, I don't know how the heck she does it. She works 9 hours a day and keeps that house spotless. Brenda is just one hell of a woman.
Brenda? Is that her name?
Yeah, yeah. Brenda O'Reilly.
I know Brenda O'Reilly?
Yeah.
I had her at the No-Tell Motel just 2 weeks ago.
You have my Brenda?
Brenda O'Reilly, yeah.
It can't be the same Brenda O'Reilly.
Yeah. Long black hair.
Yeah.
Down over her shoulders, right?
Yeah, but no.
Green eyes.
Green eyes?
Yeah, and she's got a freckle right behind her, right here.
She's got the...
Did you have her too, Rick?
Brenda O'Reilly. That was interesting. Continuing in that series on dating, marriage, and divorce, and to help us out with some other bits, I call on a friend of mine that I know named Howard Stern. Really good in voices, and both he and myself came up with this particular bit on the problems of marriage.
Look, Wonder Man, it's the Wondermobile phone.
Yes, Wonder Boy, you better answer it. It must be the commissioner.
Hello, Commissioner?
Where is he?
Who is it, Wonder Boy?
Here.
Yes, Commissioner.
Where are you? I want you to come home right now.
But dear...
The garbage setting here. It smells.
But dear, this is the commissioner's line. You can't call this line. Wonder Boy, didn't I tell you to take out the trash?
Good job, Rick. And,
strange.
You know, in our eyes, not only Wonder Man has problems with his wife, but, why couldn't the president have the same problems of having to do household duties, So we tried this one out.
Thank you, Walter. We're waiting here at the Capitol for the arrival of President Nixon for the big address tonight to the nation. Several hundred people, along with some very well-known dignitaries, here to greet the president. He should be arriving at any second. I'm looking down the street now for the motorcade. I do see something coming. It looks like 12 big black limousines. The president could very well be among them. I'm told now the president is in that limousine and in that caravan coming down now. They're getting closer. The president of the United States due to arrive here just moments from now. There he is. Yes, it's the limousine, but I can't really see the president. There's a lot of white in the way. I can't see. His view is blocked. I can't see him. I don't think... You would not believe what has happened. The president's car is crashed. I don't think he can see us either. I'm going to try to get over near the car, Walter. Hold on. Hold it. Walter, I'm going to try to get down to the motorcade now and see what exactly has happened. Mr. President, Mr. President, are you all right?
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to make one thing perfectly clear. I am not hurt.
Well, Mr. President, we see a lot of white stuff blocking. White, red, green. Looks like panties in the window blocking the view. What's going on? Is this some kind of new security measure or what's it?
Oh, not at all. Pat wouldn't get up this morning, and I must do the laundry.
One of our more recent shows was a good rock and roll half hour with Cub Coda of Brownsville Station, a band that really moves on stage and has had a couple of hit records out.
He was an interesting person. Very, very energetic. When I was turning dials and watching volume for him, it was almost impossible because he'd be jumping around the studio away from Mike and screaming and yelling and a lot of really interesting... I've never seen a person like that.
What you're going to hear next is first Cub Coda talking with us from the Head On Show, and then Rick and I trying to do a skit about what Brownsville Station is going to be like by the time they're 85 years old and not quite so energetic.
The year, 2020.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, when you're 85, that's it, Daddy. Into the ground. Got to spend that money now. Because money you just hit on one of my favorite subjects.
Money?
Money.
Tell you, Michael, this is a big chance to prove that we're still rock and roll stars.
Yeah, Cup, I just like the old days.
Oh, we're gonna boogie on the stage.
Oh, I can't wait. Think of all those groupies out there again.
Oh,
the women.
Oh, turn me on. Do you think we can still play that electric music and wiggle my bones?
Hey, we're gonna try. Where's that prune juice? Kick up, let's get out there. Let's
money,
let's really show them.
Are you guys Brownsville Station?
We're the rock and roll stars.
Well, you're on in 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Boogie, boogie. Do it to it.
Live from St. Petersburg, Florida, the senior citizen fun capital of the world, it's the 2020 Prune Juice Festival. sponsored by X-Wax, guaranteed to get you going. And now the stars of tonight's show, that great band from yesteryear, Brownsville Station.
Is everybody feeling good? Bring you the oldies but goodies. You ready? 1, 2, 3. In the boys. What's the words, Michael? Fish. Smoking. Boys room.
Hey, Corner, wake up! Got a cook here. Corner's asleep. Wake up.
I really wonder if Brownsville Station will sound like that in the year 2020.
We'll have to send that to them.
Indeed. I think next in line as far as Kedon's greatest hits is probably one of the biggest pieces of productions we've done here, the 90-minute special on the gas crisis here in Oregon.
Remember back in January when there just wasn't gas anywhere, and Rick and I started thinking, maybe it's worth spending some time on the radio about because it's everyone's problem.
Yeah.
Nobody had gas.
If I'm not mistaken, one of the reasons you really wanted to dive into it head on, so to speak, the program, was you were waiting in line. You had to really wait in line an hour or so, and that was the spark that lit the fire.
And then, speaking of sparks lighting fires, something really neat came out of that program because we had assembled senators and energy officials, spokesmen from gas stations and oil companies, and the whole idea of the digital gasoline plan came out of that head-on show. When the show was over, one of the gentlemen went in the hallway and spoke with another gentleman who was from the governor's office, and they thought of the digital plan, and they were so inspired from the show. And then it happened, and it kind of helped everybody. So if we could help you that way, we're very glad.
Indeed. Something else that came from that particular show was a hit record.
Oh, yeah.
Which we'll be hearing later on. A local hit record here. It was probably one of the most requested songs
in Portland
of this station. Yeah,
Alice's Truck Stop.
Right. We'll be listening to that too. First, let's take a listen to some of the bits that we had in the gas crisis program.
Hey, man, open up! I got the stuff, man. Hey, anybody home?
Hey, man, who is it, man?
Hey, man, open the door, man. I can't stand here all day. I got the stuff. Hey, I'm looking for Harvey.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Hold on, man. Let me get the door open, man.
Hey, well, look at, man, I'm trying to get a hold of Harvey. You know where he is, man? He told me he'd be here.
Man, Harvey's not here, man.
Well, look at, man, I brought this stuff all the way over. I gotta give it to him. Huh? Where is he?
Hey, man, what's in the can, man?
Well, hey, man, I can't tell you what's in the can, man.
Hey, man, I can't let you in, man.
It's
tell me what's in there, man.
Oh, man, I gotta
here,
get...
man.
Hey, hold it down, man. Nobody's supposed to know I'm here. I'm bringing his stuff for Harvey. Now, where is he, man? I gotta give it to him.
Man?
I can't tell you what it is. What do you want me to do, man? I got the can. I gotta give it to Harvey. I'm gonna tell you. Hey, man, be careful with that. Don't spill it, man.
Hey, man, what is this
Hey,
stuff,
man,
man?
you gotta take it easy with that stuff.
Is this hash oil, man?
Hey, no, man, you gotta be more careful with it than hash, man. That's...
Hey, man, is this coke, man?
No, don't spill it, man. No, it's not coke. No.
Is it heroin, man?
No, man, it's not heroin. It's more precious than heroin.
Then what is it, man?
It's gasoline, man.
Wow, man, gasoline. Far out, man.
Strange pair, those two.
And even Wonder Man can run out of gas.
Right.
Gee, Wonder Man, it's the Wonder Phone!
Yes, Wonder Boy? Yes, Commissioner. Yes, we'll be right over. Quick, Wonder Boy, to the Wondermobile! Now, hold on, we're going to really rip. What's this? What? Wonder Boy, do you know what the problem is?
We're out of gas, and we have no ration stamps.
Quick, to the Wonder Phone! Yes, Commissioner. Can you spare a few more high-priority gas ration stamps? We have this problem.
How about hijacking a gasoline truck?
Hey, well, man, look at that, man. It's a gas truck, man.
Yeah, I know, man. A double one, too. They got a trailer on there.
Hey, far out.
Hey, man.
Are you thinking of that?
Hey, man.
Far out, man.
Hey, hey, I saw him go inside, man. I think if we sneak up on it, we can get it, man. What do you think, man? We take this thing from here and sell every gallon we got in there, man. Man, you ready? Let's get in the truck. Okay. Shh. Okay, man, I think we're in.
Hey, wow, man. How do I start?
Hey, this is a big truck, man.
How do I start?
Where's the keys? Where's the keys? Oh, they're the keys.
Wait a minute. I got them, man.
Oh, you got them? Okay.
Far out, man.
Oh, okay, man. Okay, can you start it?
I don't know, man. Where's the gas, man?
Give it
Look, man, it has 3 gas pedals, man.
Oh, man. Oh, no, man. Look at it. It's got 14 gear shifts. Well, maybe 5, but...
Let's try it, man.
You know how to drive one of these things?
No, man, but I learned fast, man.
Oh, man, I don't want to ride with you. I don't like the way you learn, man.
Hey, man, it doesn't start, man.
Oh, what you doing? You're doing something wrong, man. You can... Man, my mother can start this truck, man.
Man.
What's the matter? Just put the gas pedal down, man. It's gonna start it.
Hey, man, be quiet, man. Look at that, man. It's out of gas, man.
Out of gas, man? Oh,
You can remember the days, too, people would flock to their radios to hear the newscasts that would tell where the open gas stations were.
Rattle hands back. And checking the gas station situation around the great city today, we have several to report to you. The Snell at Southeast Burnside at 11th Street reports they'll be open from 12 to 6, 5 to 3, 9 to 2, 7 to 5, using number 8 ration stamps. Remember, there's reservation only at that station, 12 to 6, 5 to 3, 2 to 4, and also 6 to 10. Now, the Barco station at Southwest Barber Boulevard and 45th Avenue will be going by appointment only. That's right, appointment only. You call up, you say when you want to go, and they will take you and fill up your tank. Now, the Exxon Northwest station at Madison and 20th will be open from 12 to 6, 5 to 2, 10 to 3, 5 to 6, 7 to 8, 9 to 10. Make that 10 to 3, 10 to 2, 506 using 506 ration stamps. Appointment only there also. The Delco Southeast Division of Maple, 7 to 3, 7 to 2, 7 to 5, 7 to 8. 24 hours a day, in other words. Make that 10 hour... Look, go find the damn stuff yourself.
And in those days, we were just learning how expensive gas was going to be.
Hey, man, this stuff's getting heavy, man.
Oh, hey, man, you gotta carry that for us. We gotta get rid of it today, man. That's good stuff. Anybody gonna buy that, man? It's good. Hey, hey, man, we got some good stuff in the can right here, man.
Hey, what's that? What's that?
Hey, oh, hey, man, I've got some good stuff for you. Hey, people,
what is it?
People are driving hundreds and hundreds and thousands of miles to buy this stuff, man. Are you gonna try some or not?
Is that really gasoline?
Oh, man, I've got some good stuff in there. Smell it. That's got a good smell. You never smelled gasoline like that before, huh? That's the low-lead stuff, man. That's
you
stuff.
know, I'm just about out of gas. How much do you want for this?
Well, I tell you what, man. How about if I sell
man, we'll give you a discount, man.
And tell them what we'll give him, man. Tell them.
$10, man.
$10 for this?
$10, man. That's what you want, man. That's unleaded gasoline in a can, man. We'll give you the can for nothing. How about that, huh, man?
$10?
$10 for the can. Take it, man.
Whoa,
you got it.
Man, look it over there, man. The line's a mile long. Take it or leave it, man.
Oh, well, I guess so. Here, Chuck. Here, hold it.
Come on, man.
Do you take master charge?
No, I don't take master charge, man. I got the money, man. Got greenbacks, man. You know the greenbacks?
I want a money order.
I want 10 big greenbacks from you, or you don't get the gasoline, man. That's good stuff here.
Here,
we're
take
selling
this.
good stuff. Thank you, man. Hey, man. That's all right. Maybe we'll catch you next week, huh? Hey, you want to get on our mailing list?
Thank
we'll
you.
get you started.
Okay, man.
Goodbye. Hey, man, we got him. Did you see that, man? We sold it to him. He bought the whole thing, man.
I want to thank everyone.
Phil Jackson and Howard Stern, a good pair together when producing a bit like that. All of which were produced right here at the station, weren't they, Chris?
You know it. Many hours of production.
Awful.
And in that Energy Crisis show, a hit was born, or an almost hit.
Indeed.
Alice's Truck Stop. We produced, maybe tell
started
the story
out
of
originally for the show, just for the show, and then after producing it, we found out that it had a little bit of audience appeal to it, so we decided to air it here at the station. And lo and behold, it was one of the highest requested songs.
Mm-hmm. And that led to the formation of a little-known band with the name of High Octane and the Pumps. And the star of that band was Phil Jackson, who did the vocals on there and the guitar work. Phil, what'd you think of that song?
Well, I think it just shows I don't know, for me, getting into something like that for the first time, we had a lot of fun doing it, spent a lot of long hours up here just rehearsing and laying tracks, and Rick was editing and everything, but it kind of shows what it takes when anyone, is trying to put a record together for the first time.
Was it 3 days in a row of work?
At least, yeah.
Till 3 in the morning?
3, 4. It was very late, and, we all felt it, I'm sure, for 2-3 days after that, but it was fun.
To give you an example of how we all felt it, this is what some of the sounds in the studio sounded like.
It was pretty late at night. I'll preface it by that, and about, 20 pots of coffee?
At least.
Here we go.
You want me to sing with this, or just play it?
Just play the instrumental track this time.
Okay.
You all set? Alrighty, let's try it. Let's just take 7? Or is it 8? Who the hell cares? Let's try it.
Try it again here.
And after about, 20 takes or so, we finally came up with a hit. Let's play that.
My story starts out on a cold, cold January night in the wintertime when I was driving along I-5 in Oregon. I was cruising along, I said, rolling along at 55, that's the new speed limit that Governor Tom McCall and Richard Nixon had set. You remember Nixon, he's our president. So I was trucking along and I heard the news down in Eugene that there was a big hassle about getting gasoline, and that didn't bother me none because I knew I was a lucky son of a gun, and I just knew if I kept my fingers crossed, my toes crossed, teeth crossed, hair, eyes, arms, and legs crossed, and if I could still drive then, a gas station would come along, pull up alongside my car and say, I'll fill it up. But then I was heading into Portland, and I started to think that maybe the gas gauge, maybe my very own little gasoline needle on the dashboard of my 57 Chevy was nearly empty. And it was dark and cold and lonely, and so dark and cold and lonely and dark and cold, and those dark, lonely nights can get that way in Oregon, my friend. I wasn't about to find myself walking all the way to Portland, and I remembered I had a gas can in the back seat of my 57 Chevy, that gas hog, but it was empty. Because I had helped out some poor guy the day before who ran out of gas on I-5 just cruising along at 55, doing just like the rest of us good citizens, Well, I don't have to tell you that things started to get a bit tense inside the car with just me in the car, and I started to feel the nerves stand up on the end of the hairs of the back of my neck, and I was almost out of the precious liquid when I gazed down the road, saw a sign, and it was all lit up the way signs are at night now that the sign ban was lifted in Oregon, and the big old sign was red, white, and blue just like my eyes from driving all night. Sign read Alice's truck stop. So I pulled my car over, made it to the pumps, passing along the way all those big diesel rigs that often frequent them truck stops, and the attendant came up, and I said to the attendant when he rolled up to the window, and I rolled the window down and said, fill her up. And he smiled a bit and said, you got it, sir. And I got my spare gas can and my car filled up, got my windows washed for 50 cents, got my oils checked for a quarter, my tire checked for a dime. All he did was give them a good kick. Got my nails checked, my ears checked, and for $3 got a quick manicure when the attendant handed me my bill for $16.35, which was a lot of bread just to fill up the tank of my 57 Chevy. But like I said, it was cold and dark, just like those nights in Oregon. You know how those nights in Oregon are, friend. And I rolled out of there with a full tank of gas, an empty wallet, and continued on my journey. So now if anyone ever asks me where I get my gas, I tell them, you can get all the gas you want at Alice's truck stop. You can get all the gas you want at Alice's truck stop. Sing once again. You can get all the gas you want at Alice's truck stop.
High Octane in the Pumps, produced right here at KGW Radio here in Portland. And Alice's Truck Stop, what is it? Music was from Arlo Guthrie's Alice's Restaurant, right, Chris?
Right.
And what? You wrote the lyrics?
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, Phil Jackson sang that.
And he also did the music.
Also the music.
Played the
guitar, that's
and
right.
And you produced it.
Right, and I cut it out. I think that thing had something like 23 splices just in the audio track alone. Oh, what a thing to produce.
You ever see circles under Phil Jackson's eyes? That was the night.
Oh, wow. That was just the start, though. We did another one after that, another song that we hoped would be a hit, a follow-up for the flip side, which was...
How much is that gas can in the window?
Oh, boy.
And Phil was the star singer again, high and the pumps. That was fun, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a lot of fun to do. I think what was the most fun was doing each track and then seeing each track added to itself, added to the final product, and watching it all go together.
In fact, I've got on tape here, on the master tapes that we did of that particular taping session, some of the audio track and the instrumental track, and maybe we'll just play a little bit of the audio track so people can see what it sounds like without music. And then some of the problems we had, and then finally how much is that gas can in the window, the final product. Let's listen.
1 hour of driving, not one open station was found. How much is that gas can in the window? How high have the prices gone up? I'm going...
Okay.
Rewind, okay. Gotta get all untuned again.
Nixon has a staph infection.
Okay, Phil, let's see. This is take number 2.
Okay. I have a complaint about your studio here. The headphone cord isn't long enough. Would you quit freaking me out with that? Okay. Yeah, okay, I can hear myself. Okay.
Okay, take 3.
Yeah, okay. You got that. Okay.
And we kept trying it and kept trying it and kept trying it until it was done, right?
Slap you a fine. Hey, that's a take.
Got a gooder.
Hey, turn yourself on. Are you there?
Then there was the final product. Let's listen to that.
How much is that gas can in the window? How high have the prices gone up? I'm going to be making quite a long trip, and I don't want my car to get stuck. I hunted all over for high octane. I drove all over this town. But after 1 hour of driving, not one open station was found. How much is that gas can in the window? How high have the prices gone up? I'm going to be making quite a long trip. I don't want my car to get stuck. And then to my nose came a strange smell. It was strong and smelled like gasoline. That's when I knew I had really searched well in a frantic motoring scene. The cars were lined blocks up the street. Those motorists, they were mad. Advisory signs posted every 10 feet. Them people, they wanted gas bad.
One more time.
How much is that gas can in the window? How high have the prices gone up? I'm going to be making quite a long trip. I don't want my car to get stuck. How much is that gas there in the fuel pump? How long must I wait in this line? If you charge me too much for a gallon, IRS will slap you a fine.
How much is that gas can in the window? The flip side of Alice's truck stop by high octane in the pumps. What can we say?
It took a lot of work.
A lot of work indeed. Something kind of interesting about the instruments used in that. What did we have? We had a trash can.
A broken juice harp.
Yeah.
A broken juice harp.
That was it. I thought that was kind of like the highlight of the whole thing. We'd gotten through one set already, gotten one record finished, and or one song finished, and we got started on this second one, and we decided we'd use some effects. And I pulled out this rusty old juice harp out of my guitar case, and we got through all the rehearsals, got down to the final track, and I started to play the thing, and the tip broke off. So I had to play what was just left of a little.
Throw me a little bit
twanger.
of that voice at me.
What's that?
Your high octane voice.
It's hard to do, but it takes a second to kind of get your mind set.
He listened to Arlo Guthrie all night to try to get into it.
Well, there I was, just driving down the road, watching the gas gauge and the gasoline disappearing out of the tank.
Tremendous.
Oh, that was it, yeah.
How about your... Phil Jackson is a very talented person in more ways than one.
I practice in closets a lot. That way nobody
I
gets
see.
offended.
Give us your Cheech voice.
Hey, man, I hope you're listening to Head-On's Greatest Hits right here on the big Super 62, man. Hey, you gotta listen. Ricky and Chris put together a good show, man. I want you to listen to the whole thing. Don't give up in the middle, man. It gets better.
Talent, I tell you.
We're getting toward the end of the program.
I had such a good time.
I think we've got one more, and I guess it's kind of appropriate to leave with. And that was another interview with Johnny Nash.
Yeah, one of the nicest guys we've ever interviewed.
Mm-hmm. Tremendous person.
This one was, he was talking about how he got his start into show business, and he got his start on the Arthur Guthrie show. So we simulated Johnny Nash's start many years ago. How did Arthur Guthrie find you?
He found me down in Houston, Texas. At that time, Arthur Guthrie had talent scouts that went, from city to city, and they would run an ad in the newspaper. We were in town, come audition, Arthur Guthrie show. So I auditioned, and as a result, got a job with the Arthur Guthrie show.
All right, who's next?
Joey Fontaine, RJ.
Who?
Joey Fontaine.
Joey Fontaine. Are you Joey Fontaine?
Yes,
sir. Are you ready to go?
Yes, we're ready.
Your band's all set?
We're all set.
Okay, what are you going to play?
Well, tonight we are going to perform Moon River.
Moon River. Now, the band is ready now.
Yes.
Are you ready?
You're all ready, Phil. You're ready.
Okay, Harry, you ready up there?
Yeah, ready, RJ.
All right, let's take it. Go!
Moon River, why are you so high? High up in the skies. When the moon is nice.
Wait a minute. Now, look, you're not even singing the words right.
What?
You don't even know the words, kid.
Well, that's...
Just get out.
Down like
now,
that.
out. Joey Fontaine, scratch him off the list. Let's go. Let's get the next one in here.
Please.
Who's next?
Johnny Nash, RJ.
Johnny Nash. Would Johnny Nash come forward, please? All right, kid, take it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah. And then Johnny, we were talking about the different dive bars that he played, and I asked him if he played any redneck bars, and he said he tried to stay away from those places, and we tried to dramatize Johnny Nash playing a very bigoted redneck bar in Texas.
Hey there, waiter, you want to give me another beer? I'll tell you, Zeke, do you believe this place, man? We're getting them colored folk in here. That's what's going to be here tonight.
Uh-huh.
I tell you, I hear this guy, he sings them ballads, and apparently this dude got his start on that there Arthur Guthrie show on TV.
Bless America.
They call this blackie Johnny Nash. Nash, well, it can't be all that bad. Nash rhymes with cash. Johnny Cash, Johnny Nash. I think I like him, maybe.
You're right, you know that?
Hey, here he comes, man. Here comes that Johnny Nash. Let's listen and see if the guy can do any good, I doubt.
One more.
Shut up out there, please. Ladies and gentlemen, now time to present our special attraction of the evening, live and direct from Houston, Texas. It brings me lots of pleasure to give to you tonight, Mr. Johnny Nash. Let me hear it for him, friends, Johnny Nash.
Well, there you have it. That was Head-On's greatest hits, a whole hour of it. I didn't think we had that many.
Hours and hours compiled into 1 hour.
I wonder how many days. It'd be or months.
It's just so neat as we think back to the day that we thought of the idea of doing the show and all the things we've done since then and all the things we're going to do in the future. And the neat people out there who write letters and want more information about it, and just a blast.
Indeed. It'd be interesting. I hope we can, another 15 shows from now do another Head-On's greatest hits.
Phil, thank you for stopping.
Oh, it was fun. I appreciate being involved in a show like this.
We're all going to go home now. Yeah. Why don't you stop the tape, Rick?
I like it.
Listen, I'm going home, Phil. Good night.
Okay. Good night, Chris.
Head-On's greatest hits from Paytel. Gets yours today.
Head on with Chris Van Dyke.
Chris. Now. Jason. 40 from the floor. Percent. 30.